In today's video, I'll show you guys how I made over $170 trading the NASDAQ and how it basically took out 4 of my losses and I became green at the end of the week. Hey guys, it's Will. Welcome to the channel. I'm a part-time day trader trying to become a full-time. To show you guys proof, I'll go into my broker, which is my paper trading. And although it's my paper trading, it's still my money. I mean, it's paper money, but it's my process that I'm always following and I'm not just trading randomly. I'm gonna go here, click this area, and you can see that I am up $173. So that was on August 1st. That was the week or like 2 weeks ago. It's a pretty late video, but I'm doing the recap now. And as you see, the prior days, I believe it was Tuesday, Wednesday, I lost these amounts. So I was basically down maybe about 100 and something dollars. And then if you do the math, I'm maybe about 50 bucks up this week or during this week. And I'm going to show you guys how I made that money. I'll break down the charts first and then later I'll play the live trade. But I do have screenshots of my trade right here. So right now we're looking at the NASDAQ 1 hour chart. And what I am doing now recently is I am charting out my previous day's lows, which is this red dashed lines, and my previous day's highs, which is this green dashed line right here. If we're under the previous day's lows, that means, or in my eyes, I believe that the market has some sort of weakness. If we're above the previous day's highs, then we have some sort of strength. It doesn't mean that I'm always just going to short randomly, because obviously there's levels and I'm going to wait for a level to break or see reactions on my levels, and then I take the trade. I had the zone right here, previous day's lows, which is the red dashed lines, and then we see that it's just rejecting the pre-market. And then I have the pre-market low, which I marked out right here. This is the exact low at the pre-market. When the market opens and I see it retest this low, I can play for a short, or if it breaks down this previous day's lows, then I can play short right there. So then now I'm gonna go to the 2-minute time frame and show you guys what I did. So now this is a 2-minute time frame. You see, this is exactly the previous market low right there, and then during the open, it held right there, and then later it fell. It fell there. I waited for the retest. It came back to retest the level, retest. Then I shorted right there on this other candle, and then I basically won in the trade. I targeted 3-to-1, and I basically got that there. I could have gotten a 6-to-1, 7-to-1, but I'm not going to target there. I only have one contract, and it was a very fast trade. It just went straight down, and I got the trade. That's how I made the money. It was a simple trade, simple strategy, a break and retest of the pre-market, and that's what I did right there. I also look at the ES now too. So I'm gonna go to ES. If you see right here, this is all my charts that I marked out every single day. I take screenshots of my charts, and then yeah, I had the 30 minutes, the 1 hour, the 2 minutes, and I always review my trades afterwards. So I am gonna go to the ES right now, and it's the same thing. The previous day's lows right here, the red dashed lines, and then I draw out my pre-market low right here. Then what I do is wait for a break and retest. A break, retest, and short. Here's the 2-minute. The exact same thing happened. The pre-market low right there, a break, retesting the level, retesting is failing to go up there, and I take it for a short. And you can see that it went way lower than my target would be. I did have a zone right here because I did not know if it will be the 6300 or the 6295. Maybe you missed this trade right here, but later it comes back slowly. It starts rejecting again. It comes back up again, it rejects, and you can have gotten the same trade again, and that would have been a really good trade. If I go to trading view now, we see here this is August 1st, and that we have a structure on the NASDAQ right over here, and you can see that there's highs right here. There's highs, and then now it becomes a shelf level down here. So then I have my zone right there. You see that there's rejections, and then later there's a break, and that's a retest, and that's a long. So I had that there marked out, and that was also the pre-market low right there. So that was right there. And then how I know my target, right? There's no way to know your target. You can just have a random target, or you can also look at zones. And if I see this right here, if I just look at the charts, everything here is just like a chop. It's like a mess. There's not really anything structured. There's no like break and retest. It's just all random places. It's just going up and down, and it's not really a strong demand zone until this level right here, which is the all-time highs right there. And that is why I also have that demand zone right there. And I basically went to that demand zone. And then I could have held my target there, but sometimes it's just too risky to just hold my whole position there. I'm not able to scale out anything, so I'm not going to try attempting that. This trade was a big amount. I did win $173. And the other trades I did take that week, it was because I was only risking like one contract on the ES and gold as well. And since one contract is less on those instruments, I was only risking about $30 each trade, or around $40. Nothing crazy. That's why if I had bigger size, like let's say it was double the size, then I wouldn't be up for that week. But since I did have that size, and it didn't really matter because this trade just took out everything. This trade is also on August, so I want to count it in July. But if I was counting for the week, then I made back all my losses for that week. This right here is my break and retest strategy. I've been backtesting a lot, trying to really figure out what my A+ strategy is, and you know, it has paid off. There's obviously going to be more trades in the future. I'm just trying to be very focused, trying to make sure I take quality setups, be very patient, and just take the quality setups I need to. And what I like to say is, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Keep staying disciplined, keep staying consistent, and let's just get 1% better every day. And I'll see you in the next one.